Alright, so I'm definitely going to go with Brandon first. Buy or sell, Fallout 4 DLC.
I just needed to state for the people listening at home on the podcast and not able to view the video footage, James has just went and grabbed his Pip-Boy from his Pip-Boy edition of Fallout 4, which he seems to have 2 copies of sitting behind us.
Don't even look at the Fallout posters.
He does have Fallout posters all over the room.
Or the fact that I have Nuka-Colas.
He just drank a Nuka-Cola before we started the podcast.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to let Brandon answer the question.
Thank you. Me as a big Fallout fan, I was actually super excited basically when I saw the E3 footage for it. I loved the game. I played it a bunch, but I did want to wait until some of the bugs and the DLC had come out for it. So I got really far. I beat the campaign on one character, made a couple other side characters with different traits. Put it down for a bit. I didn't want to keep getting stuck into it and then get tired of it before the DLC came out. So for me, what's going to happen? The DLC's going to come out. I'm going to start a new character, fresh, and then go into it. But for what I've seen from the trailer, looks pretty good. They said it's supposed to be really big. It's supposed to be bigger. I don't know if you've ever played Fallout 3.
I have, yes,
Fallout
3 many times.
Not a Fallout guy. This is y'all question.
Right. I've played a lot of Fallout.
Well, Fallout 3 they had a similar one. What was it called?
They had the pit. They had Operation Anchorage. They had.
Before you go to the island, is it specifically?
I can't remember what it was
Think
called.
of that one.
You're right though. It does remind me of that one.
Where all the hillbillies are running around there and get the moonshine and stuff. Yeah. So it makes me think of that one. But they said it's supposed to be one of the biggest ones they've ever done. So I'm like horribly excited for it. I want to see how this is going to turn out. And the trailer made it look like they were going to be going places with it. I mean, obviously, Bethesda's known for their DLC and known for having a bit like outside of horse armor in Oblivion. They're known for having the big fancy DLCs that kind of add to the campaign. And again, for those of you listening at home on the podcast, James is now mourning the death of his Pip-Boy.
Because I am selling.
Oh my God. Wait a
as
second.
much as I can to get this DLC today. It comes
Hey, you have me going. I'm like, no, not Mr. Fallout himself.
Honestly though, I'm kind of like you. I took a little time away from Fallout 4 after I beat the campaign because I did not want to overdo it. I played it on PC first, which is probably the opposite of what I should have done. I should have played it on PS4 first because I really want to play mods. And we all know how the mods are working with PS4 compared to Xbox One and PC, but that's another topic entirely. I'm probably going to give it a good run on PS4, and I might buy the DLC on PS4 first.
Right.
But I'll probably buy it on PC as well because the mods are going to be great once the GEC finally comes out. Anytime now. Hold on, let me put it back on the clock. Okay, there we go. This one does look really good. The first DLC, cool. But like you were saying, when I first saw the trailer at E3 last year, I was like, and now I'm kind of like, man, that's cool. I'm definitely going to get it. I want to try it, but it's nothing mind-blowing.
Right.
I mean, the best DLC in the Fallout series, Fallout New Vegas, was it Honest Arts? The one with
Where you traveled to Utah?
Yeah, that one was so good, man. The whole story with the father of the cave, or whatever his name was. I don't know. The point is, there's been great Fallout DLC, and this will be the first one that I have any expectations for Fallout.
It's gonna be the biggest, the first like expanding one for this generation. So we'll see where it goes from there.
Just an example, Skyrim, great game. DLC.
Nothing to stop them from adding more onto the Fallout 4 when this goes.
I did like the one with the vampires in Skyrim, but anyways, I'm getting on topic. Yes, I'm buying.
So both of you are buying. That's what's up. No comment regarding whether I buy or sell it. I do believe that there is a place for DLC. I believe that most games have overused it, but I believe in this particular situation, with my limited knowledge of Fallout, I'm going to buy it as well, because I do think that in order to expand the game, they need stuff like this. You beat the game, you leveled up your character, you don't want to overdo it, you don't want to destroy your experience with too many mods that have you playing as John Cena on PC. So let's see what Bethesda has to offer. They give out a nice little DLC for you guys.
Actually, pretty sure it's a big problem already out.
Really?
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I've seen something where
John
it was shooting like John Cena rockets out, and it was.
All I know is in Skyrim, I was Vegeta, and I would turn into Super Saiyan Vegeta, and it was awesome. They have Link mods, they have all kinds of. Anyways, buy or sell, fellas. Recently, I was made aware of this through Planet Unity. Shouts out.
What up, Eli?
No, Eli, what up, Pippin? That there are final reveals for the new Power Rangers reboot, which I'm actually quite excited for because it's supposedly going to be more mature and blah blah blah. Have you seen the pictures of the uniforms, the Zords and Rita? You have both?
Yes.
Buy or sell? You.
Okay, we'll go with me first again. Alright, I guess I'm starting all the way down. But I don't know. As far as from what I've seen, I'm probably just gonna have to say sell because I'm kind of gun shy against some of the reboots that have been popping up lately, particularly with like Teen Titans Go, Powerpuff Girls, No Me Gusta. Yeah, No Me Gusta. So yeah, I'm a little trigger shy away from some of those. As always, it's going to be one of those things where let it come out first and then I'll be able to really tell you, but as of this moment, it's selling. Especially with, I feel like they're trying to go for a Pacific Rim sort of feel with how it looks, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it could flop as well. And then the fact that they put heels on the female Power Ranger uniforms. There's
Oh my God.
Like I'm not gonna get into the feminist argument on anything.
On any
but
level.
outside of that, just as far as uniforms go, it looks
Gonna be like Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Jesse Qatar.
it looks tacky, and there was no reason to really do it. They were trying to go for this whole badass feel, and they stick the heels on them. There's no reason to. They're all supposed to be wearing basically the same uniforms with different colors. And they didn't have heels in the
Well,
old one, right?
and Kimberly had a skirt in the original series, and so did I think Trini did too.
I do remember Kimberly having a skirt, but I don't remember Trini.
Anyways,
Different times.
Mr. Sun Curly.
Different times. That's a beautiful way of saying it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm buying that. Okay, I am buying the new Power Rangers. I like their new outfits. I like Elizabeth Banks as Rita. I am in love with the Zords. I think that buying this, you have to buy it. You have to buy this because
that was the broke gamers.
I'm not the broke gamer today, baby. It was payday. You know what? It's a different generation. It's a different time. I think nostalgia, I love the idea of nostalgia and being able to go back and seeing whatever, but really think about going back and watching an episode of Power Rangers at 28, 29, 30, 31 years old.
No, I do it and I thoroughly enjoy it.
Okay, you are the
think
the
about
odd
it.
man out.
You're nostalgic about it. That's the biggest thing about it. I think if you went and saw somebody who had never seen Power Rangers before and showed them an episode of it, like I was not a Transformers fan.
But you know it's supposed to be corny and horrible.
But do you? Do the new generation know? This is for them.
Would Harley like it?
Harley would watch the old, and my daughter watches some goofy stuff. But my daughter will go back and watch Power Rangers and be like, why are they doing all this, Dad? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? It's double the first Ginyu Force. Like, so whatever the case, I really enjoy, I like the outfits. It took a minute. And I'm contradicting myself because I just posted something on Facebook not too long ago where I was kind of iffy about it. But the more I look at it, the more I think about it, I gotta say, if they were in a cloth costume, then I say, how was that gonna protect them from getting shot with laser blasts versus this kind of mech suit, this kind of pseudo Iron Man suit? I think Rita looks good, and I think Rita looks good. And I think the Zords look nice. If that's the real picture of the Zords that I've seen online, I think it's great for 2016. It's not supposed to be 1996. It's the 2016 version. The heels, I have to say, I'm selling the heels. I'm totally with you with the heels.
Sell the heels too.
Yeah, I'm totally with you with the heels on the shoes, and I will get into a feminist thing. Come on, man. Come on, guys. Really, I understand that sex sells, but how much sexier is a skin tight, partially mech suit with heels? What did the heels do for me? Nothing. But other than that, I think it's going to be good. I can't wait to see it. I heard it's supposed to be a little darker, not too dark, but a little bit darker. I'm excited. Can you imagine what Elizabeth Banks looked like if she had the Rita Repulsa horns on her head right now in 2016 with her freaking Sailor Moon staff?
Elizabeth Banks can do it.
She. I love Homer.
This is the second podcast in a row you said something don't get you divorced. Anyways, did you have a topic, or did you want to sell one more topic?
Oh, yeah, the last one I had was apparently the Nintendo NX. They're using cartridges? That's what I've heard.
I've heard the same thing.
Basically, I guess how these are going to work, James, you're probably a bigger expert on this than me, but from what I've heard, or what we discussed, it seems to be that they're using cartridges to, as basically like a key to the game. So everything's going to be connected to the cloud. Put the cart in, and basically the system's going to go, okay, well you bought this is your key for it, and then it downloads it and streams it from the cloud, and then you play it via not even from your system, you're playing it, the system is basically transforming the signal into the game, and you're playing through that. So, buy or sell on this? I mean, is this gonna like eliminate physical gaming at all? Like, I know we've had on the last podcast a topic of digital versus physical, but this is a whole new level. This is, you're not keeping it on your console. This is coming from the cloud. The only thing you have is this little piece of retro technology telling the system that, yeah, you can. You paid for it. You
are allowed
to use it.
All right, so I will buy it and sell it.
Tentatively.
I will buy it if it's a cartridge with a ROM, or if it's a cartridge with a flash memory that's got the game on it. I will buy it if it's a game and not a key. If they are including this where I can take my NX or whatever the system is being called, and I can take that cartridge out in the middle of the forest where there ain't no electricity within 20 miles, let alone some Wi-Fi, and I can put that cartridge in that game, or that game in that system, and play my game, I buy it. If it is a key, if it is a access cartridge flash thingy majig, I don't care if it's a CD, I don't care if it's whatever it is, the hell with that. Because this is going to destroy the legacy of gaming 20 years from now. If you go on World of Warcraft in 5 years, when those servers finally, they're getting close to shutting down, that's another topic for another time.
Absolutely.
What are you going to do? You're going to log into World of Warcraft and it's going to say, oh, we can't have server, and kick you out of the game. It's going to destroy the legacy. And what is Nintendo built on?
Legacy.
Like, Nintendo is feeding off of nostalgia. It's feeding off of its characters that have been around for a long time.
Samus, Mario, Super Smash Bros. In general.
Other than Splatoon, what's the last IP released by Nintendo in the last 15 years that was original? That was successful.
Is Bayonetta Nintendo?
What was it?
No, Bayonetta was not
No, Bayonetta was developed by somebody else, and then Nintendo bought the rights to it for Bayonetta 2. And
basically none. You can't think of any. You can't think of any. You're absolutely correct.
So, if it is an access key, I sell it. If it's a real game, I buy it. Over to you, Grill.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna reluctantly buy it. I'm not buying it because I like it. I'm buying it because this is the future. And I hate to say it, it's gonna be a whack and horrible and post-apocalyptic dystopian future, but it's gonna be the future. If this works, if this flies, if Nintendo is setting the precedent, this will be the future of gaming. Xbox 2 or Xbox 360 with 1080, whatever is going to be next. You know what I'm saying? PlayStation 5, whatever is going to happen next. If this flies, everyone else will do the same thing. But there's so many different ways that this is going to be wrong. This is going to be bad. You've got the hackers and the trolls who can crash your PlayStation network and crash your Xbox servers. You know what I'm saying? So if that happens, you're going to not only have the people who can't play the games online. Oh man, I can't play 2K online. It's okay, I'll play through my story mode. Oh, you mean this is a cloud-based server where my game is being controlled by a key that's bringing me the game and the system's crashed? So you mean to tell me I have a $400, $500 DVD player sitting on my dresser instead of my gaming device? So if this is the future, which I'm buying that it could quite possibly be, it's going to be a dystopian society where people are going to be flipping over their chairs.
So you're okay with this?
No, I hate this idea, but I think this is where it's going.
I mean,
I don't like it.
I guess the fact that
But I buy that it's gonna happen.
cartridges is kind of nostalgic and cool. If it's a cartridge, it's But
I would like it if you said, if it's what you said, they have a ROM or if they have a processor inside that cartridge and my entire game is on a nice little cartridge, I think that would be cool.
It would be cool.
If that's where my game is located.
Yeah, but could you fit any next-gen games on something like that?
Well, nowadays you could.
Possibly, maybe on the inside they have like a small...
Let me rephrase that. Could you fit any next-gen games on that in a way where it won't overinflate the price?
I think so. I mean, 3DS cartridges are about 8 gigabytes, and they're small. I mean, if you were releasing a large cartridge with flash memory.
We're not talking about the 3DS. We're not talking about handheld games.
No, I'm talking about for console. I think if you had a
An
console
NX that's
size,
supposed to be 1080p and supposed to be the killer of the next gen system.
look at this real quick. This is a Super Nintendo cartridge, home console cartridge, right? If you had a cartridge this large in 2015, 2016, whatever the hell year it is, yes, you could. I think. But then again, like you were saying before the podcast, memory is cheap. So
there's a picture floating around on the internet right now that shows like the supercomputer of the 80s, 32 megabyte supercomputer. Leave my money alone. 32 megabyte supercomputer that was like bigger than your apartment. You know, and now 32 megabytes. I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? Your watch has 32 megabytes of memory. You know what I mean? Megabytes. So as technology tends to grow, there is a possibility that is shrinking down. I think that I love how Nintendo is really experimental. I don't think that they should experiment too much. Sometimes you gotta just go with the beating path, but you know how Nintendo does. They want to do stuff against the grain, a la Wii U remote controls, a la Wii remotes, Wii U gamepad. They all 3DS having 2 screens. They always want to do something different and revolutionary. I just hope it makes them bounce back. I'm a big Nintendo fan. I want to see them in competition with other devices.
well, that's good for gaming. Imagine having Mario and Zelda and Metroid and Pokemon on a console that also has, you know, their Fallouts. It also has your Call of Duties, your Maddens, and all of your third-party games, your Street Fighter 5s, your so on and so forth.
And so and like you said, that's going to make the gaming market competitive again. We might not have $59 games anymore. It might go back to $49. It might go back to whatever, because now there's a third contender that's in the ring, and everybody's competing with the prices versus the 2 powerhouses, and they're saying, "Hey, bro, you gonna buy it or not? Because we gonna make our money." So we shall see.
But we're going to find out soon. Probably not at E3, but
Probably through a direct.
yeah, probably. And their next one is in June, I believe.
I'm gonna keep track of that.
I think it's in June. I want to say it's in June, but we will at least, if it's not by the next podcast, we'll be able to let you guys know as soon as we hear something. Just stay tuned.
We do have our own Facebook page, by the way, for this podcast.
Facebook.com/2gamers1nerd. If you guys want any more information, feel free to drop by, shout us out. You can call us out by name. We'd be more than happy to respond to any inquiries, any topics you post. So
we have little segments on there, YouTube video clips of the podcast which we record, little updates on news that just pops up sporadically throughout the month, because a month is a lot of information to try to cover. So but yeah, like hit us up, look us up, like us, follow us.
we're also on YouTube, and you can get the YouTube address from our Facebook. You can email us at 2gamers1nerd@gmail.com. Thank you.
You should
That's gonna
put
be.
that right,
It will
right
be.
there.
It will be. It's gonna be beautiful. All right, I'm gonna tickle it. It's gonna fly away, and now it's gonna sparkle. Slow motion. No, I'm just kidding.